Hey y'all, I'm Jaquela Morris, and this is my YouTube channel. This session right here is called Yapping with a Purpose, and this will be session number 12. I don't know what I'm gonna name it yet, but I'm gonna be talking about what I learned in 2025. It's the first video of the year. Happy New Year, by the way, because I didn't see y'all haven't seen me since 2025. This year, I do plan on putting out more stuff now. I mean, once a month at least. And I plan on having more interactive conversations with other people. I want to do that. I don't know. I just feel the need to talk to other people because I just feel like that's better engaging to hear somebody else's opinions along with mine. Okay? But anyway, we're gonna get into it because like I said, I'm trying to keep the videos 10 to 15 minutes and sometimes I just get to yapping. So, first thing I learned, but I already kind of knew, is to focus on the people who are showing up. Don't worry too much about people who are not showing up for you. People, you invite them somewhere, they don't come. No, they don't ever invite you anywhere, or you give somebody good news and they're not happy for you. Um, just don't be focusing on them, because some people get mad at like, oh, nobody cares about me, nobody is showing up for me. When in actuality, it's people standing right there clapping for you, uplifting you, encouraging you. And now, how does that make them feel? And I'm like, oh, what am I? Chopped liver? But be appreciative to who is there. You don't need a lot of people supporting you. Everybody's not even going to be happy for you. We got to, just saying, we got to focus on the people that's going to be there for us. Um, Use our discernment. Some people are not happy for us, but know who is really in your corner for real. Because they say, know them by their fruit. Okay? And secondly, say, God will give you exactly what you pray for. And it might not look like what we thought it would look like. For me, I learned this because I was praying to God. I was like, Lord, I'm so stressed out. Can I have some peace? Like, I had peace, but like, I was still in the situation or the environment that was causing me the stress and the anxiety and all of that. And I had to endure. I did. It helped build my faith and helped me trust in God even through hard times. Helped me rely on Him. It really broke me down for real. But then I did have comfort in the job I had. Let me tell you, the job was what was causing me the stress. But I did have comfort in that steady paycheck. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then I asked God, I said, Lord, remove from me whatever is causing me the stress. Because it's like I was doing all that I could do. And eventually, it just wasn't good enough for that situation. It was taxing on me. Like, even the simplest things are just not going well. It was crazy. But eventually, I got fired. Um, lost some people out of my life. Um, and I had to make these decisions because if I didn't get fired, I was gonna leave anyway. But and then after I got fired, I felt relief immediately. Like none of that anxiety. Like I wasn't worried about how I was gonna make money. I wasn't worried about how I was gonna pay them bills. None of that. But I got exactly what I asked for. Now I wasn't expecting it to happen like that. And also with the removal of people out of my life either, like that was tough, but it was needed and beneficial. And I'm on the other side of it right now. Now I feel like I'm in a period because I started a business and stuff, and like I say it's starting out, is I'm coming along with it. So, and at some points I do feel like I'm like, dang, am I on the right path? Because I'm ready to see some results. But it's all part of the process. So I'm just hanging on in there because I'm trusting God. Sometimes I don't trust myself, but I'm trusting God. So if I can trust if I'm trusting God, that means I can trust what I'm doing is going to prosper. Um, and so that is important to me because I need that to keep going, not to give up, do all this work just to turn around and I'm just about to hit where I'm supposed to be hitting. Okay. Okay. Thirdly, this is something I already knew, but the government is not our savior. It's not coming to save us. We as a people have power. We should be taking care of our communities. It's the people who show up in those times of need. Somebody's house might burn down, and so the community comes and donate them stuff they need. They might help rebuild the house. Like, or back in the day, people, you can go to your next door neighbor and ask for some sugar. You could ask for some flour. You traded on and off. If you didn't have something and they did, y'all made a trade. Like, the community needs each other. We need to have each other's back. The government works, it has systems in place and they work exactly how they're supposed to work. It's what they call systematic racism. But it's not just about racism because it's literally the have and have nots to me. But I'm not going to get into too much of that. But I just want to say, whoever we vote for, just pray for our leaders and hopefully they are a people oriented leader and not money driven. Um, okay, fourthly, you can't rush healing. As much as I try to control my feelings and be happy and peaceful and excited all the time, it just don't work like that. And sometimes stuff happens to us and we gotta take some time to sit in it. And I don't like sitting in sadness. I don't like being upset. I don't like being frustrated. But that didn't get me anywhere but having anxiety and feeling okay and pushing it down for a little bit. But eventually it all boiled up. And that was even worse. And your body start taking that tension on. You're having stress in your shoulders, ulcers, all that kind of stuff. So just be patient with yourself. Like people say, healing is not linear. One day you might be happy, next day you might be sad. And there's stuff like those stages of grief when you're going through. Just find you some comfort in the people around you, comfort in God. Sometimes people will tell you it'll be okay, and you probably don't even want to hear that. Like, I'm dealing with it right now. Let me deal with it right now. I hope it's gonna be okay. I know it's gonna be okay, but right now it's not okay. And that's okay to feel. That is okay to feel because everything is not okay all the time. Even Jesus had to cry. Even he was sad about some stuff. He was like, Lord, why have you forsaken me? Um, okay, so fifthly, consumerism is keeping us in unproductive cycles. It is. We go to work. We make the money. We want to pay bills. We might want this new shirt. We might want this new purse. We might want these new shoes. We want the latest iPhone. We want the latest iPad. We want the latest gaming console. We want the latest camera. Everything is always upgrade, 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 upgrade. We need to use what we have until it's gone. Products should be made to last, not to run out until you can go and get the next one. Just like the Apple updates. After a certain phone, you stop getting the updates, so eventually your phone is gonna stop working. If it can still turn on and call and text, that phone is perfectly fine with me. I understand you need the firmware and the hackers and all that stuff, but I think consumerism is killing us. We're in a cycle. It's like Christmas, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Easter, all of those holidays, St. Patrick's Day, where they're pushing out all these holiday specific products. That's keeping us in cycles. Companies are not even looking at the customers as people. They're looking at us as consumers. They want our personal data. They're tracking us through everything that we do on our phones, everything we do on the internet, to see how they're tracking our behavior, our spending habits, so they can make marketing around how they can get us to spend more money with them. And that's everywhere. Everywhere we're spending money. Subscriptions, groceries, um, our entertainment, recreational stuff. You gotta buy gas. You might got a car note, house note, taxes. Everything is built on us spending money. And I have solutions for that, but that's everybody needs to have their personal convictions on what they need and what they want and what's important to them. Some people don't mind paying for convenience, but you give your power away when you are constantly paying for convenience. Like I've been DIY. Love doing the DIY. It does take longer, and I could go pay somebody to do it, or I could pay to have something already made. But now I know how to do the skill for myself, and I'm not giving away my power. I'm not in the constant cycle of relying on somebody else to do it for me and paying a larger price. But that's just my opinion on it, and I have a whole lot more to say about that. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna put a pin in that. Okay? And lastly, working out of assignment it leads to burnout. You can do the simplest task every day, and you've been doing it for years. But if it's not what you should be doing, it's gonna eventually, you're gonna start feeling tired. You're gonna be feeling like, I hate this job. So like, this is not something that I feel passionate about. And I know this because I've been doing things that I'm not aligned with, and it's made me feel that way. So working without purpose leads to fatigue, and fatigue leads to burnout. And in this society, we just learn to push through. So sometimes we gotta do stuff we don't want to do to get to what we actually want to do. And I agree to an extent that we have to work in this society. We have to work to survive. But life is not just about survival. You have to have purpose. You need to be working in your purpose, especially if you've been called by God on an assignment. You need to be working in your alignment, your assigned purpose, okay? Because you can tell, your body will tell you, um, it'll start breaking down. Your mind get going. You start going crazy. The people around you start noticing that whatever you're doing is taking a toll on you. So that's such my little tidbit on it. I learned a lot of stuff for 2025, really, but I wanted to keep this video short. So, everybody, thank y'all for watching, and drop what you learned in 2025 in the comments. It's a new year. Drop what you learned, what you look forward to in this year of 2026. And once again, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and come back again for session 13. I don't know what it's going to be about yet, but I'm trying to be steady. So come back and enjoy the ride.